Hey everybody, I know it's been a minute since I've posted a get ready with me, or really even some of my series. I'm slacking, but as you can see too, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I will divulge all of that soon enough. But for now, thank you for your support. Thank you for continuing to watch the videos. I am trying to keep up with the two series that I'm doing, so my goddess and my zodiac, so keep an eye out for those, and I will get back to my get ready with me series as soon as I can. So go ahead and enjoy this, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome to another get ready with me. My name is Courtney Leach Hensley, and today we're gonna have a little bit of fun again with the Til Death palette as well as ChatGPT. I am a big fan of ChatGPT just because, you know, sometimes you need a little bit of help with being creative, coming up with a description, words to put on a reel, you know, just whatever. I love playing around with it. And when I was working on the pink look, we started to go down this rabbit hole, which I am not even mad about. It was hilarious. And we slowly got like more and more alternative or alt. And when I was asking for different titles for the YouTube video, one of the ones that came up was Hot Girl Makeup, but Make It Existential. Naturally, I had to try this look. The colors sounded really cute, the combinations, which I will say, I did know I was going to do this before I did last week's video, so that's why I kind of shied away from the like mauve-y and like purpley tones that are in here, and I stuck with those olives and browns because I knew I was going to be using those. So I started with Veil, which is it Veil? Yeah, Veil. It's just a very soft matte taupe shade, perfect for transitioning, perfect for a base. The next color it suggested was like a muted mauve, or like, and I have a note over here that says soft pink with gold shimmer. There really isn't anything in this kit that has that color. So I will say, even though it gave me some really great ideas, the color names weren't exactly correct. So I had to kind of like figure out what they were talking about. And I like the idea of a soft pink. I just don't really have anything that is like that. So for now, we're just gonna stick with Veil as the base. And I did use my packing brush just because I did want to get a little bit on the lid, but I don't know. I just wanted to save my puffier brushes that I like to use, or fluffier ones, for blending for the colors as we keep going along. So for the lid, it suggested, well, what I deem to be petals and bouquet. So a like dusty rose shimmer, which is petals, and then a cool toned pink shimmer, which is bouquet. And let me tell you, bouquet is gorgeous. Ooh, it is a good one. It's definitely more of like the foil or like kind of chrome that Twin Flame is, if you watched my last video. So I do have to say I am really super excited to use that. So we are just going to get petals on the lid here. I do have to say, I personally do not do anything like a base color on my eyes. It's definitely a personal preference, but I also do tend to find that it makes it harder for other colors to show up. I don't mind an eyeshadow primer or even using something like concealer, but we know that these colors, that Jolie Beauty's colors, are really quite pigmented and they apply very well. However, as you can see, I am having a little bit of difficulty on this eye. I really had to get the color on my brush And I'm using a packing brush, and that shouldn't really be an issue. So, to each their own. If you are someone that prefers to have a base color, veil will work perfectly. Just know that you're gonna need a little bit more on your brush to get that color on the lid. And then I'm just taking this fluffy brush to just blend up into my brow bone. I don't know why I always want to say brow bone, but brow bone, to just kind of pull that color up. Just to pull it up, also because, as I mentioned probably in every single video, I have slightly hooded eyelids because of age, and I have to pull that color up in order for it to not look like my eye is being eaten by my upper lid here. Really, the best way to do this, if you do have slightly hooded eyes, is to keep your eye open and look straight into your mirror, and then figure out where exactly you need to apply that color. So now that I have that on just a little bit higher, I'm gonna take just a soft little veil, just dump it in there. And I'm not gonna go all the way down. I'm just going at the top line of where I have petals to help with that line of demarcation. And that is totally a hair term. It does say to do bouquet next, but with that being the glitter and the shimmer and the chrome and all the fun stuff, I'm gonna wait to do that last. I'm gonna go in next with In Sickness. This one is, it's kind of a plum shimmer. We're just gonna try to darken this outer V a little bit. A packing brush probably would be better. I ended up using my packing brush that I had veil on. I guess just note that In Sickness is a little bit of a faller, I guess. I really don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so I did it on my outer corners, brought it up just a little bit onto the brow bone. I do have this weird crease right here in my eye that if I don't pack the color in well, it I don't know. You can just tell. But I've got a little bit of a V. I brought it up here, and I did bring just a tiny little bit underneath my eye. The next step is to take a gray to smoke out underneath the eye. So I have Commitment. I mean, there's quite a few grays. And actually, if you want something that's a little bit more of a purpley tone, Love Story would go. So if you wanted to keep the purpley mauve tones, I would recommend that over Commitment. But charcoal gray, Commitment, I feel is actually a pretty good option. Casket could work if you want something that's a little bit more silvery. It does, so it recommends I keep saying it, but I don't really know what to say. Recommends a rich burgundy shimmer. And I don't really have a burgundy shimmer in here. I mean, Petals kind of could work if you did that. Actually, let's go ahead, because I was kind of thinking maybe just pulling In Sickness, but let's take Petals and pull that underneath. That is kind of on the burgundy side. I would say it is actually more burgundy than a dusty rose shimmer, because it is just, oh goodness, cat hair, a little bit darker. And then that kind of also pulls in what you've got on your lid. So we're kind of tapping and smudging at the same time. I am going over the purple, which was In Sickness. You can still see it, but it's going to still have like that purple, so it kind of ties everything together. Okay, so now it's time for Bouquet. Now, because words aren't my strong suit today, I've definitely been struggle bussing. So we're just going to take this, pop this here in the middle. We're going to leave this inner corner open because I am going to put another color on there. So to recap, we took petals because it is more of that burgundy tone and pulled it under. I did leave In Sickness down on the bottom as well and just kind of blended it all together to make it cohesive. So then we've got the burgundy that we have on the lid and up into the brow bone underneath to kind of just pull the whole look together. We've got our kind of deeper plum tone. I mean, like, okay, first of all, like, look at that. Woo! You guys, so good. We've got our plum tone in the corner, outer corner. I did kind of blend that out a little bit before I grabbed this. And then, oh, bouquet. I'm just gonna have to do a look with just bouquet because that color, stunning. And then the next color that we're gonna do, I really feel like I need to also invest in a little smaller detail brush. And the reason I say that is because I really want Soulmate. Well, let's see. We're gonna use this brush that I'm not exactly the greatest fan of to do Soulmate. So Soulmate is this really pretty duochrome. I'm gonna plop it right here. I might have to use my finger. Oh, this kind of reminds me of Heatwave Glitter from Synergence. And we all know how much I am absolutely obsessed with Heatwave Glitter. But this does kind of seem to be... All right, let's see Soulmate. Oh, okay, so that is, it's got a green shift. There's like a pink tone to it. Oh, it's almost like a combination of Chameleon Shimmer and Heatwave Glitter. So it's kind of got like that really pretty bluish green that you get from Heatwave Glitter and even a little bit from Chameleon Shimmer. And then like the mauve-y kind of tone that came with Chameleon Shimmer as well. Oh, dude, bouquets and Soulmate. There's gonna be a look with this. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, absolutely. Okay, so that definitely lightened things up. I'm gonna take Romance because that seems like a really pretty pink, and I'm gonna use that for my blush. Yes, that definitely did work. Okay, I'm gonna finish up my blush, get my eyes done, and then we're gonna talk lips. Before I get to mascara, okay, so I added a little bit of petals just to kind of give an ombre, and then I took Infinity, which is just a really pretty like golden color to use as my highlight. And are you seeing that? Oh my gosh. Like, oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me do my mascara. Okay, so I did finish my lip because I had 3 options that I wanted to play with first. And so that's what I did. But I decided, because it was incredibly on sale, and I was even able to use a discount on top of it. I'm pretty certain it's still in stock, and I will definitely link it if it is, but I grabbed, it's Air Matte, I think is what it's called. Yes, because I also got another color, but this is Rosy. It is, I mean, it's not showing up quite as pink as what it is in person, but it is definitely a very rosy pink color. Matte, as you can see. Surprisingly, I didn't feel the need to add a gloss to this like I typically do. So I feel it's almost like that satin matte kind of finish. Feels great on the lips. It's not as hydrating as a Hydra Matte is. I will be honest about that. But it does feel more lightweight. It also doesn't feel quite so opaque, because some of the colors, especially like these brighter type colors, I feel when it comes to Senegence, they just look very heavy. And if you have dry lips at all, which I do tend to have no matter what I do, I feel like you can just like really see it, where with this this product, the Air Matte, I don't feel like it's as noticeable. But part of what was suggested for my hot girl makeup, Make It Existential, were 3 different lip options using Rosy. And it gave me 3 different NYX colors, because I did specifically ask for NYX because I am a huge fan of their liners. I have them in my professional kit. Absolutely love them. And I ended up going with Los Angeles. I happened to just randomly see somebody use this, and I already had bought it, and I was like, wait a second, this is just a good neutral. It's to me, it's like a neutral. It's not warm, it's not cold. I mean, it might have a little bit of a pink tone to it, but I don't know. I think it's a good one. I'm actually really glad I got it. And then let's swatch Rosy so you guys can actually see it. So there's Rosy. As you can see, it's definitely a pinky rose. The other color that I got that I'm really excited about is Mauve. As you can tell, it's been a minute since I've branched out on my colors, and I'm always mixing things together anyway. When I'm doing somebody's makeup, it's super rare that I am using just one color. I mix a lot of colors together, so I honestly don't use liners all that much. But I also overline my lips, and this is what I would look like if I actually had a decent sized upper lip. Like, what? But there's Mauve. Another good one, kind of a cool tone. So if you're into the cool tone vibe, which I am definitely digging right now, so super excited I got that one too. I'll show you Confidence at a later date. I gotta figure out a look for that, but I'm excited to show you that too. I was actually thinking as I was doing my lips that this is supposed to be like existential, and I really feel that I should have really played up the lower lash line. I should have added some more of the burgundy, some more of the gray, and just really like brought it down and made it just very, very dramatic. So that is an option. But here is my completed hot girl makeup, but Make It Existential, using Jolie Beauty products. So I used the Til Death kit, or palette. I used their I want to say it might be limited edition because it's very, very discounted, Rosy Air Matte, and then I did end up using, like I said, Los Angeles from NYX. So here is the completed look. I even tried to make my hair a little textured as well, but here it is. Hot girl makeup, but Make It Existential. Thank you again for hanging out with me today. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all the things. Hit that bell so that way you're notified every time I upload a video, and I will see you next Wednesday for another Get Ready With Me.